Everyone, in the structure of atom, as we have started new topic, in that we are going to discuss one point, that is the orbitals and quantum number. In that orbitals and quantum number, if we consider firstly what we are going to discuss, firstly we will discuss what is meant by that orbital, and after that we will discuss that quantum numbers. There are the 4 quantum numbers. Today we will discuss only 2 quantum numbers which are very important. Okay, so in that, firstly we should know the definition of the orbitals. As we know that what is meant by that orbit. Okay, orbit is nothing but the circular path. Orbit is a circular path around the nucleus, circular path around the nucleus where the electrons are revolving. Okay, circular path around the nucleus where or in which electrons are revolving. So next one is that electrons are revolving. In this way we have completed what is meant by that orbit. So orbit is nothing but there is a presence of an electron. Now what is meant by that orbital? If we consider that orbital, in that we can say that the 3-dimensional space, means if we consider these are the 2 axes, there is a presence of an electron, like that means they are getting not only in specific one area, they are getting all over this axis, means we are getting the 3-dimensional space where the finding of electron is maximum. So we can find out that we can define that orbital as the 3-dimensional space, the 3-dimensional space around the nucleus, where the probability of finding the electron, where the probability of finding electron is maximum. That space is called as a orbital. Okay, so here we have completed the what is meant by that orbital. Now we will discuss what is meant by that quantum number. As we have seen that orbitals where the finding of electron is maximum, okay, that possibility of the finding of electron is maximum. Then what is the nature, or in that we can say that what is the size, shape, nature we can say that position, as well as we can discuss the orientation, energy of the electron. All these points can be discussed in the point that is the quantum number. So we can say that quantum number in which we can discuss, or that quantum number gives the idea about the energy, size, shape, position and orientation of the electron. So all these points we are going to discuss in the point that is the quantum number. So what is the quantum number? Quantum number is the set of 4 numbers in which we are getting the idea about the energy, size, shape, orientation. Clear? So here we have completed what is meant by that orbit, orbital. Now we are going to discuss the main point, that is the quantum number. Actually, if we consider Bohr's atomic model, in that one formula was there in which we got only one quantum number, that is the n, and n is nothing but the principal quantum number. Now see, we will discuss one by one. What is meant by that quantum number? Quantum number is the set of 4 numbers, which gives idea about the size, shape, energy and orientation. It gives the idea about the size, shape, energy and orientation of the electron. That is nothing but the quantum number. Clear to everyone? So if you want to write anything from this, you can pause it and you can complete the notes also. Actually there are the 4 quantum numbers, but as I told you, here we will discuss only 2, and in the next class we will discuss the remaining 2 quantum numbers. Now see, first one is the principal quantum number. First one is a principal quantum number. Second one is the azimuthal. Second one is the azimuthal quantum number. Third one is magnetic quantum number. Magnetic quantum number. And last one is the spin quantum number. Spin quantum number. Now, if we consider these quantum numbers, they are denoted by that principal quantum number is denoted by small n, azimuthal quantum number is denoted by small l, magnetic quantum number is denoted by m, l, and the spin quantum number is denoted by ms. Clear? Now see, if we consider that principal quantum number, it gives the idea about the size and energy. It gives the idea about the size and energy of the orbital. What about the azimuthal quantum number? That azimuthal quantum number gives the idea about the, if we consider shape, that shape idea is given by this azimuthal quantum number. And next one is a magnetic quantum number. From that magnetic quantum number, we are getting the idea about the orientations. Okay. Next one, if we consider that spin quantum number, in that we are getting the idea that two electrons, means each orbital contains two electron and they are having the opposite spin, means one is in upward direction and one is in the downward direction. Clear? So in that we will discuss these two quantum numbers in detail. So hope so you have completed these notes also. Now see, first one. What is that first one? First one is principal quantum number. First one is the principal quantum number. So if we consider that principal quantum number, which is denoted by symbol small n, that principal quantum number is denoted by small n. Okay, one by one we will write here. Principal quantum number is denoted by small n. Now see, this principal quantum number gives the idea about size and, what is that next one? Size and energy of the electron. Energy of the electron. Now if we consider the principal quantum number, which is denoted by n, that n starts from 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. It never be 0. Clear? This condition should be keep in mind, that what is that? N is always starts with the 1, 2, 3, 4 and not with the 0. Okay. So if n is equal to 0, then it gives idea about, next one we can say that this principal quantum number gives idea about the shell also. What is that? Shell. Shell is nothing but the orbit. Okay, in which orbit that electron is there. So keep in mind that principal quantum number, which is denoted by small n, it gives the idea about the size and energy of the orbital, as well as it gives the idea about the shell or orbit, means that position of electron is in which orbit, that idea also given by the n, that n always starts from the 1, 2, 3, 4. If n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, then what is the name of that particular orbit? That we will discuss here, but for that one we have to make one chart. Before going towards that, I want to tell you one formula. In that, if we consider this point, what is that point? Number of electrons. We can find out the maximum number of electrons, present in each shell or each orbit. For that one formula is there, that is the 2n square. So in this way we will calculate the name of number of electrons will be present in that shell also. Okay, so here we have completed that introductory part. Now we are going to discuss, if n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, then what will be the name of this shell, as well as we will get idea about the maximum number of electrons also. So first column is of the n, means that number of principal quantum number. After that we are going to discuss, that is which orbit or shell will be there. Next one, how many electrons or maximum number of electrons possible in this shell. Okay, all these points we are going to discuss here. So if n is equal to 1, as I told you, n never starts with the 0. If n is equal to 1, then shell or orbit name is K. Okay, firstly we will complete this two column, and after that we will go towards that, move towards that next column, that is of the maximum number of electrons. Now see, if n is equal to 1, its name is K. If 2, then it is L. If 3, it is M. If 4, it is N. So on it will be there. Now see, if we consider that maximum number of electron possibility, for that one, instead of that n, we have to take here 1. So 2 into, instead of n, 1 square. What will be the answer? 2 into 1 means maximum number of electrons will be 2 in the first shell. Now see, if n is equal to 2, then maximum number of electrons 2 into 2 square. So 2 into 4 means maximum number of electrons will be 8. If n is equal to 3, then maximum number of electron 2 into 3 square is equal to 2 into 9 means it is 18. Okay, and last one, if fourth shell means n is equal to 1, in that n shell number of electrons will be 2 into 4 square means 2 into 16, that is 32. Listen carefully, there will be question that maximum number of electrons present in that M shell. Then your answer should be M means n is equal to 3. If n is equal to 3, then we have to use that 2n square, that is number will be 18 electrons. Clear to everyone? So here we have completed one chart. After that I want to tell you 2 points, and in this way we can complete that chart also afterwards. Okay, what is that point? That point is in that principal quantum number is, as we know that n indicates that shell. Okay, so the number of subshells present in that one shell means if n is equal to 1, then how many subshells are possible? If n is equal to 2, then how many subshells are possible? Like that we are going to discuss. Means if n number of shells are there, then n number of subshells are possible. मीन्स जितना नंबर ऑफ शेल्स आएगा उतना ही नंबर सबशेल का आएगा. ठीक है, उसके आगे it is related to shell and subshell. What about the orbitals? If we consider the orbitals, it is the square of this shell. Means जितना नंबर आएगा शेल का उसका स्क्वायर रहेगा ऑर्बिटल्स का. How it is possible, that we'll discuss. Hope so you understood that how to find out the maximum number of electron. Just I will erase in, after that we will complete that number of subshells and number of orbitals possible in that particular one shell. Now see, if n is equal to 1, then how many subshells are possible? Okay, that we are going to discuss here. After that, if subshells are n number, then what about the orbitals? Orbital number will be square of that shell. So here n and here that number is square. Now see how it is possible. If n is equal to 1, means if first shell is there, then how many subshells are possible? Only one subshell is possible. Here we are going to write only numbers, but when we are going to discuss the further principal quantum numbers, at that time we can write their name also. Okay, now see, if n is equal to 2, means if second shell is there is a possibility of the 2 subshells. Clear? Now see next one. If we consider third shell is there, then 3 subshells are possible. Fourth shell, then 4 subshells are possible. But that number of orbital is not same as like a number of shells. It is the square of each shell number. Means 1, then here we have to consider 1 square. Means here will be the only one orbital is possible for the first shell. If we consider second shell, for that one 2 square, means there is a possibility of the, not possibility, there are the 4 orbitals will be there for the second shell. If third shell is there, then 3 square, means 9 orbitals are possible, and 4 means here we have to consider 4 square, that is nothing but the 16 not subshell, 16 orbitals are possible. So in this way I have covered this table. Afterward, when we are going to discuss the azimuthal quantum number and magnetic quantum number, you will get idea about this name also. I will tell you then and then also. Here see, if first 1, 2, here 3 is there and here 4 is there. Now what is the name of the subshell? Actually subshells are S, P, D, F. So for the one shell means will be the one subshell. If two shells are there means here number of subshell will be 2. That is the S and P. In that third shell number of subshells will be 3. That is of the S, P and D. And what about this one? There is a 4 possibility, S, P, D and F. Clear? So these are the name of the subshells. What about this one? In that we can say that for the orbitals, in case of orbitals, here only one S. Here one S and in that 2 subshells are there, S and P. But for S only one orbital is there. But for the P orbital, P subshell, there is a possibility of the 3 orbitals. So 1s plus 3p. Here if we consider spd subshells are there. How many orbitals are there? 9. Which are these 9 orbitals? See, 1s, 3p and 5d orbitals are possible. So 5 plus 3, 8 plus 1, 9 orbitals are there. What about this F? This one which is present in that 4 subshell. So here that number will come like that, 1s plus 3p plus 5d plus 7f. That will be the 7f. So 7 plus 5, 12, 12 plus 3, 15, 15 plus 1, 16. So in this way we got the 16 number of orbitals. Please keep in mind that this is very important. Once again I am repeating this point. If n shell is there, means first shell is there, number of n is 1, then number of subshells possible, that is the same as like a shell. So 1, 1. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. But for the orbitals, it is not same number. It is the square of that n number. So here 1 square is 1. That's why it is only coming 1. 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16 is there. After that I am telling you that name of the subshells and name of the orbitals. As we know that subshells are S, P, D, F, these 4 subshells are there. According to that, if only one subshell is there, that is the S. If 2 subshells are there, S and P. 3 subshells are there, S, P, D. 4 subshells are there, then S, P, D, F will be there. According to that, for S, only one orbital is possible. For P, there is a possibility of the 3 orbitals. That's why 1s and 3p number is coming, that is the 4 orbitals. Like that, for the third subshell, there is a possibility of the 9 orbitals, and 9 orbitals are 1s, 3p and 5d orbitals. And lastly, 16 orbitals are there. In that we can say that 1s, 3p, 5d and 7f orbitals are there. So in this way we have covered principal quantum number, which is very important because there is a possibility of the questions on this, means objective question on this one also. तो यहाँ पे complete हो गया अपना first quantum number. Now we are going to discuss that is the second quantum number, azimuthal quantum number. Okay, so azimuthal quantum number, which is denoted by small l. Second one is the azimuthal quantum number, which is also called as azimuthal quantum number, which is also called as subsidiary, which is also called as a subsidiary quantum number. So it is denoted by symbol small l. Next one, if we consider that azimuthal quantum number, it gives the idea about the subshell. Okay, as we discussed that principal quantum number, in that one point is remain. What is that point? Point in that principal quantum number is, if we consider the n number, means if n is equal to 1, then only one orbit will be there. If n is equal to 2, then there is a possibility of the two orbits. So first orbit and second orbit means as the n value increases, then that size of these also increases. Are you getting my point? What is the point? As the n value increases, size of the orbitals also increases. Clear this first point? Next point is that as the n number increases, energy of the orbitals also increases. So this is also very important point. What is that point? As the n number means principal quantum number increases, size of the orbital also increases and energy also increases. So in short, we have written that we have drawn one diagram also. If n is equal to 1, then only 1. N is equal to 2, these 2. N is equal to 3, 1, 2, 3 orbits are there. If n is equal to 4, then 1, 2, 3 and 4 will be there. So according to that, we can observe that size, as the number of n increases, size also increases. Okay, that was the last point, which one I forgot to tell you. So here we have completed finally that principal quantum number. Now we are going to discuss azimuthal quantum number, which is denoted by small n, L. It gives the idea about the subshell. For the calculation of the L, there is a one formula. That formula is L is equal to n minus 1. So by using that formula, we can find out the subshell number also. Okay. So in that way, if we draw one diagram, one table in which n, first one, after that name of the shell. After that, we are going to discuss, that is the L. L is calculated by formula n minus 1. Okay. And according to that, the name of the subshell. Clear to you? So here we are going to discuss from the first one. If n is equal to 1 means first orbit is there, then its name is K. According to that, n minus 1 means 1 minus 1. What will be the answer? That is the 0. Okay. I will write here only answer, not the calculation. So 0. At that time, name of the subshell is S. Clear? Now see. If second shell is there, then name of the shell is L. For that one, 2 minus 1, that is 1. And at that time, subshell name is P. Now see. Next one. If third shell is there, its name is the M. At that time, L will be 2 and name of the subshell will be D. Okay. And in this way, if we consider that n is equal to 4, that shell name will be N and L will be 3 and name of the subshell will be F. This is very important for us. Okay. So here we have completed that number of shells and number of subshells or name of the subshells also. Now see, if we consider that subshells, how many electrons are possible in that each subshell? As we know that each orbital, what is the important point? Listen, on this point also there is a possibility of the objective. What is that important point? Important point is that each orbital carries only 2 electrons. Each orbital carry only 2 electrons. As we have seen that for S only one orbital is there, but for P there is a possibility of the 3 orbitals, Px, Py and Pz. For D there are the 5 orbitals. For F there are the 7 orbitals are there. Okay. So now we are going to discuss how many electrons will be there in each subshell. Okay. So now see here, as we have completed this part, now we are going to discuss the number of electrons possible in that shell. As we have calculated already by using one formula, that is the 2n square. For this one is 2, for this one 18, for this one 8, 18 and 32. Okay. Because 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 3 3s are 9, 9 2s are 18. Now what about this subshell? In case of subshell, we have seen that S means only one orbital is possible. For P, there is a possibility of the 3. For D, there is a possibility of the 5. And for F, there is a possibility of the 7. As I told you, only 2 electrons can be carried out by each orbital. For s, how many orbitals are there? Only one orbital. So there is a possibility of the only 2 electrons, means maximum number of electrons can be carried out by the subshell is 2. For the p subshell, how many orbitals are there? 3 orbitals are there. So here there is a possibility of the 6 electron. Now listen carefully. We are going to discuss only about the shells, subshells. Okay. In case of the subshells, if we discuss that L, if it is 0, then subshell name is S. Number of orbital will be only 1. If L is equal to 1, then P subshell, but number of orbital will be 3. L is equal to 2, then subshell name is D and it carries 5 orbitals. If L is equal to 3, that subshell name is F and it carries 7 orbitals. Each orbital carries 2 electrons. So 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6, 2 fives are 10, 2 sevens are 14. Means in this way, maximum number of electrons can be carried out by the each shell, that is the 2, 6, 10, 14. That is also very important because this is the important term when we are arranging the electrons in the orbitals, means when we are writing the electronic configuration. Okay, hope so आपको क्लियरली कंप्लीट हो गया है मेरी तरफ से. तो ये क्वांटम नंबर में से 2 क्वांटम नंबर, वन इज अ प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर एंड सेकेंड वन इज द azimuthal quantum number. If we consider the practice part for this one, then we can make one chart and we can practice here also. See, from these 2 quantum numbers, if they are giving us 4f, 3d, 4 instead of 4 we will not repeat it, 5s and 6p. Okay, like that they have given and they are asking to us what is the number of n, what is the number of l for these examples or this notation. If we consider this one, okay, anything we are writing here 4f. Firstly I will discuss this example with you. In this way it will be easy to find out the answer. In that, whatever is the number for each one, that indicates that principal quantum number, means it gives the idea about the n. And after that, what is the later written, means S, P, D, F, G, like that, whatever that symbol is written or word is written, that indicates that this is the azimuthal quantum number, that is the L. Okay, so in this way, if we consider R1 chart, which is that chart is that SPDF 0, 1, 2, 3. Always keep in mind that whenever you are studying at that time, practice for that one. So it gives the idea about these numbers. Now see, here that 4 is the number, means n value is 4. What about this f? F number is that? F means that number is 3. Are you getting my point? Listen carefully. Once again I am telling you. What is that example? 4f, 3d, 5s, 6p. Whatever is the number, it is the n value. So for first one it is 4, for second one it is 3, for third one it is 5 and for fourth one it is 6. Hope so आपको completely समझ में आ गया होगा what is the number of n. Now how to find out the number of L? For that one we should know that table. According to that table, what is the symbol, means either S, P, D, F, G, whatever is letter is given, according to that we have to write. Now see, F is given, means here that is the 3. If D is given, means we have to write here 2. If S is given, means we have to write here 0. If P is given, means we have to write here 1. Like that only you have to take the number of options or examples for your practice purpose. I will write here one example. If you are interested, you can solve it and you can answer it in the comment box. So from my side, one example is that 4f. Okay, for that one you have to write that n number and l number. Second example is that if we consider n value is 8 and L value is 0. Now here you have to write the notation. So these are the 2 examples from my side. In that first example, you have to find out the n and L value. In second example, you have to write the notation from this data. होप सो आपको समझ में आ गया होगा. यहाँ पे खत्म होता है अपना 2 क्वांटम नंबर्स, दैट इज द प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर एंड सेकेंड वन इज द azimuthal quantum number. Thank you all of you.